evaluator, please help me to welcome Vice President of Public Relations, Toastmaster Jun Liu.
Hi, everybody still okay?
Oh, yeah.
Still alive?
Yeah.
Energy a bit low? Okay, where's the Nick? Nick! Okay, it was, if you guys didn't already stand up and woken your brains up, it's his first speech. Don't you think he was real confident for a person who's giving his first speech? Bet him a few times harder, okay? Okay, your strong points are also the one I've already mentioned. That you came up super confident, you really caught me off guard. The moment you stood on the stage, I was like, oh whoa, something's about to go down. I get it. Okay, so yeah, you really, the way you just conquered the stage and how you spoke to everyone was very comfortable pace. I feel like if I didn't already know you and you spoke on stage like that, I would be like, whoa, this guy, not bad, not bad. Alright, so I think you were very engaging to the audience as well. He made people answer, okay, what, Chinese New Year, and then food. Everybody loves food, right? Everybody loves food, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. You're not Malaysian if you don't love food. So yeah, I know earlier I actually spoke to you and you told me that you were not prepared because of things that you had coming out and everything, right? You had so much on your plate, but you still came up. I felt like you were really ready lah. That's the vibe that I got. Even though earlier you told me, oh, I'm not really ready for it. I'm just gonna wing it. Guys, don't go and wing it, okay? Okay. On the signer as well, you also spoke really clearly. First time speakers, sometimes I get it, so I get it quite often. I start to ramble and you kind of get shaky because you're nervous, right? But you didn't have that. The way you spoke was very clear. It was easy to listen. You know what I mean? People could catch your words. Just nice. Yeah. Next. I'm really okay. For the usage of your notes, I realized that you had little notes here, and you only use it about 2-3 times. I feel like you actually didn't even need it. Yeah. It's actually, it's just you just kind of peeked out. It was very good of you. This first time, good job. Next time, no need it. Just put it aside. Throw it away. For my personal opinion on your points of improvement, maybe you kind of always do this. The little pacing around. I do it unconsciously. Yeah, you do this little pacing, which can be a little bit distracting to the audience. I mean, I have what's the word? But yeah, I have attention span of a goldfish. So when you move around like this, you lose me, girl. You lose me. Okay. Overall coverage for eye contact was really good, but you tend to move really quickly. So before even making eye contact with anyone, you're already moving to the next person. Before I even look at you, I'm already looking at Mahathir. You know what I mean? So next time, you can just go a little bit slower, let people catch your eye, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Overall, very good job. I really loved your speech. Hope to see you in the next round.
Thank you so much to our Toastmaster Jun Liu. So basically, I also like her evaluation, very constructive. So what I would like to point out is for June is because as an evaluator, you are evaluating a project speech. So normally we would like to evaluate based on the speech objective. Let's say now you are doing project 1, you evaluate based on project CC number 1. If you are evaluating, let's say for CC number 6, so you are going to expect this speaker having all the previous 5 speeches elements together in CC number 6. But for CC number 1, we would like to only focus on CC number 1, the objective only. Yeah. So let's say you are thinking about maybe this speaker moving around, so maybe you can change. You just say that I found that you're a little bit you have some butterflies in your stomach. Not only butterfly, maybe dragonfly and housefly. Something like that. But don't worry, you have all these flies in your stomach is just normal for every speaker. Even me myself also have it. So I would just like to have you go and manage it, let it dance instead of just have it. Something like that to change. Alright? So like for eye contact, all these we will move on to CC number 5. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, thank you. So next I would like to have our next evaluator. Let's welcome competent communicator Mas Mahathir.
Anna Maria, the first thing that she came on stage, I have this vivid image like I'm watching a movie. In fact, it's not just any movie, it was my favorite movie, Harry Potter. I watched the whole season, yes. Now, certain parts of the movies had their strengths, like the actors, for example. She, as an actor, has what I call the 3 C's: calm, compose, and she was comedic. She knows when to inject humor when it was necessary. The second thing, she was expressive and dramatic. Just like any movie stars, we will not want to watch a boring movie star. We want to see emotions, we want to see life in their eyes, and she did that beautifully. The third thing, she had vocal projections in her speech. Certain parts, like she said, it was Bob when she was trying to blame Bob, and she also said, Anna, do your freaking work, by Nancy. So that was very clear that we knew exactly how that person was saying that particular line. So well done on that. Now, in the speech, in this movie Harry Potter, there are certain elements of the actors where I felt could have been done a little bit better, and the plot as well. In terms of the actors, some of your vocal projections when you said, Anna, you're taking A levels, study consistently. It was mentioned by your lecturers if I'm not mistaken. Now, it would be best if you use another voice to emulate that tone. It will give us a clearer distinction between you and also another person. And the second one you said about when you wasted part of your uni life, how do you feel? That last part when you say how do you feel could have went a little bit down a little bit so that we feel that sadness that you feel or that down feeling. Because at those 2 vocal variety points, I felt you're like Professor Snape, who doesn't change his voice at all in the whole season, right? So add that element and it will be great. The second part would be, how about no? Your title is a very intriguing title, but it only came in the middle of the speech. When you talked about your phone swiping right, how about no, swipe right, and then it was never brought up again. If you could have add elements on the introduction, body, and end it with your conclusion saying, how about no to procrastination, boy, that would be a very powerful speech. Just like how you're ending, use the power of recall. Mention it, how about no, how about no, how about no, and end it with how about no. Now, overall, your speech, I loved it very much with your dramatic, your expressions, all that. And I like how you named your procrastinators and your support Bob and Nancy. It is just like Harry naming his owl. It's not significant, but it is important. Right? So overall, great speech, and I really look forward to your future speeches. Back to you.
I like his evaluation. I give him a 3 E's: enlightening, entertaining, and encouraging as well. So, like I can tell you, Mahathir is one of the speakers that he uses a skill that acronyms, which is we give you 3 C's, 3 E's, or anything, 3 O, 3 Z. Yeah, something like that. But the reason of giving all these things is just to ensure that you remember his evaluation. Alright, so eventually you just remember 3 C's. Alright, so it's very catchy and very organized evaluation. So very good job to competent communicator Mas Mahathir. So next, I would like to welcome our next evaluator. Please help me to welcome Advanced Communicator Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze, Kentor.
Toastmaster Wicked. After hearing 8 to 9 minutes of his speech, it recalls myself as a person who never make decisions based on myself, a person who always face a lot of conflicts, dilemmas, who will never grow up, be matured. After hearing from your speech, let me think about it. Wow, it really ignites me, really inspires me to be a big, better leader of tomorrow. From your speech, what I really appreciate is your character development. From the way that you're opening to the conclusion of your speech, I sense that there's a very good structure, organization, and you can see the development and the growth of yourself. So that allows the audience can follow through your speech to know that the character, the transformation inside the character. So that's well done. Secondly, what I like about your speech is your very good long monologues. Monologues are very inspiring, very touching, and give a good impression towards the audience. Especially the conclusion part, where you decide to strengthen the message of your purpose of your speech, decision making that shape us. You have a very good monologue. Really let us listen very attentively to your speech. So you have a very good usage of English that adds a lot of anecdotes in the speech, polish up and pampering it. So that makes a good CC number 10 speech. The next thing about your speech, the 10th speech, is another thing that I appreciate from your strength is you have a very good purpose in your speech. You're very clear, you have no doubts. The way you express it, you know that you want the audience to know that your speech has a very good general and specific purpose, which is about decision making. So you are very good about having all this purpose in your speech. Now, Toastmaster Wicked, let me think about it. How can I really help you to become a much more aspirational speaker in the future so you can conquer in your future advanced speeches? Firstly, I do realize that you use very interesting props, which is the human props. First, you can tell a preparation to the person over here that before you start preparing the speech. So he himself don't feel very blur or unprepared. He won't get shocked. So you let him think about it and be a very good props. So you and him can actually display, you can actually perform and present very smoothly. So preparation before the speech begin. So that is another thing. Secondly, is I realize in your speech, you're a person that is a bit timid, reserved, introvert. You need a bit exaggeration. You need to inject more emotion because especially if you're good usage of English, your delivery is not that effective. Somehow the audience cannot really feel you. So I want you to add more exaggeration in your speech, such as be a bit more actor, such like a few of our good speakers over here. That I want to work in the radio station. You really use a few exaggerate, inject more feelings so audience can really feel you. I want to see some transformation in Winkit in a speaker, as a speaker, not really as not only in decision making. So you must act more exaggeration. With that, I really enjoy your speech. You have really enlightened me and looking forward to do in a new pathway in an advanced manual. Back to you.
Thank you so much to Ken Core, Advanced Communicator Bronze, Advanced Leader Bronze, Advanced Communicator Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze.